an infamous puzzle box, an adulterous affair, an occult ritual, and travelers across the realms of pleasure, pain, and torture. Yes, my fellow book fiends, today we raise a little bit of hell with Clive Barker's The Hellbound Heart. Hello, my fellow book fiends. It's Ilyria, a succubus who loves reading, storytelling, and all things bookish. Today, as a Spooktober special, we discuss Clive Barker's novella, The Hellbound Heart. The inspiration for the film Hellraiser. This novella tells the story of Frank Cotton, a man who becomes obsessed with finding a way to experience ultimate pleasure. He discovers a mysterious puzzle box that leads him to a group of demonic entities known as the Cenobites, who offer to fulfill his desires, but at a terrible cost. The blurb for The Hellbound Heart reads as follows. Frank Cotton's insatiable appetite for the dark pleasures of pain led him to the puzzle of Le Marchand's box, and from there to a death only a sick-minded soul could invent. But his brother's love-crazed wife, Julia, has discovered a way to bring Frank back, though the price will be bloody and terrible, and there will certainly be hell to pay. For this special second review of the week, I wanted to talk about a piece of fiction that has been influential on my own maturation and on the maturation and the writing of my webhuman. The classic horror novella, The Hellbound Heart by Clive Barker. Now, both the book and the film have been explored ad nauseum, right? I could easily talk about how the novel's central themes of obsession and pleasure are handled skillfully, making for a thought-provoking, sensual, and suspenseful read. The book's pacing is also noteworthy, edging us with tension building after tension building, slowly but surely, until a final explosive climax. I could talk about how the ending is both satisfying and heartbreaking, making for a truly memorable and powerful conclusion. Were I to do so, I would parrot the plethora of well-deserved praise heaped upon Barker for his masterful writing. But I want to say one thing at the start of this review about this book. It is fucking sexy. There is an undeniable eroticism to the way the Cenobites emerge, talk, and torture. There's an elegant sexuality to the suffering they afflict. Be warned, my dear viewer. The Hellbound Heart may just awaken something in you, something you were not prepared to accept. But if you are, come, for we all have such sights to show you. While there's a lot to mine for discussion in this short novella, there is one quote from The Hellbound Heart that has resonated with me since the first time I read it, and it has had a profound impact on how I see good writing, especially good writing in horror. Every winter, the hardest season, the most implacable, dreams, as February creeps on, of the flame that will presently melt it away. Everything tires with time, and starts to seek some opposition to save it from itself. That beautiful, elegant, but simple tone and opposites attract, forbidden love scenario where the cold bleakness of a gloomy winter seeks the passion of a hot summer that could either be its undoing or bring it to its greatest height. That line is everything that sums up horror, art, beauty, decadence, passion. Is it not? That craving, that ultimate expression of human experience, in craving the opposite of our situation, knowing it will either show us the bliss of paradise or hurl us into the pit of damnation. But it's not that Barker stated it, because he didn't state it. He danced around it and described it through a metaphoric analogy that we all understand. The passage of time. This is show, don't tell at its finest. Now, there are times when we should tell instead of show, but that's a topic for another discussion. Barker does what so many try to do but fail. Use economical word choices to evoke mood. The quote I just read is only 37 words in length, but in those 37 words, Barker encompasses the full import of the sensations of longing, of tiredness, of ennui, of desire, and of passion. Those words convey the themes, the tone, and the dread tension of the novella. That is a lot of work for so few words to do, but Barker uses words masterfully. And let's talk about that metaphor for a moment, shall we? Even winter, the hardest season. The complexity of seasons changing, of life changing, of every aspect of life unified in the search for the opposite that will either complete or completely destroy it. And if we take a moment to introspect, we must ask ourselves, is this not how humans behave in every aspect of life? Does the pendulum not swing from extreme to extreme because we are seeking that one opposite, that one thing, that one person through whom we can obtain that sublime union of duality? Is that fruitless eternal search not the summation of both the ecstasy and the agony of our searches for love, for meaning, and for life as we crawl up from existence? Is this not the same impulse the late Terry Pratchett described as the moment when the falling angel meets the rising ape? Humanity, sublime in its beauty and in its quest for both joy and destruction. What can I say? If it's not clear, I love the Hellbound heart. It was a moment of awakening, of introspection, of ecstasy, and of the beauty of agony. If you have not guessed the rating yet, I give this classic Clive Barker novella 5 imps. Thank you for joining me, fellow book fiends. On Tuesday, Spooktober concludes with another classic that was influential on both my webhuman and on myself. Carmilla, by Sheridan Le Fanu. Until then, may the sights shown to you bring you such pleasures as none have names to describe, and that make the angels blush. Goodbye. Oh, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. All of those deliciously decadent options that seduce the algorithm to look my way. Please comment with the author and title of a book you'd like me to read, and I will see you soon.